A black person is far more likely to be killed by another black person than anything else. Black people are a greater threat to their own people than any other community. So it's not like white supremacists coming into these communities and they're mowing down. It's black on black gang violence.
But that's not okay. I just like to go back to something that you said earlier about like how it has nothing to do with the government. The history of black people in this country has everything to do with the government. At one point, the government allowed and pushed and raised forced slavery. That was something that this government did.
This is another interesting and intriguing debate between Charlie Craig and the college student, which went down the other way. And it's an interesting one, which you really need to watch and stay put to the very end. Welcome, guys, to the channel. If you're missing me for the first time, my name is Daniel, and you're welcome to the channel. For all our returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to check on what we have to offer on the channel. I don't take a lot for granted. So, without further ado, let's watch this video to the very end.
I think that this country's view, especially when we're coming now into DEI and we're coming into defunding a Department of Education, we're coming to taking the Tuskegee Airmen out of being taught.
That has been reversed, just for the record.
Okay.
Tuskegee Airmen.
But there's been multiple other things besides Tuskegee, but also like, you know, the whole debate on critical race theory, teaching slavery in schools, teaching black history, et cetera, et cetera. These are things that are being targeted specifically when it took years and years to even get them in place. I think that this country is built on using the Bible, not even 100 years ago, to defame and to dehumanize black people.
Wow.
There has been use of the Bible specifically when people used to come into the church and talk about how slaves should obey their masters and how that's what the whole relationship between white and black people were. I think that this country specifically has a lot of racist rhetoric that is built in that is not being targeted. I think that.
So let's try to find some common ground. Is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
Can you give me a definition of racism?
I agree. Exactly.
Racism, in terms of, I will say, okay, before I give.
You use the term,
yes,
so I want to make sure we're talking
fair.
about the same thing. Is that cool?
Yes, that's fair. I will say that I will state that I am biased because I will be speaking as a black person specifically from the United States of America.
True.
And not anywhere else. But I would say racism is a discrimination against people of a minority that does not have a. Okay, what is racism? Racism, without using the word.
Can't use the word racism.
Can't use the word. I'm trying. A discrimination against a minority class of people in order to create an unbalance in the society or a hierarchy.
That's true.
Based on something that is undetermined as of color, race, the color of your skin, or maybe even color of your skin.
Can you be racist against Asians?
Yes.
Can you be racist against white people?
I agree.
I believe that you can have prejudice against white people, but in the way that this country was built and the way that this country has been founded and the way that there are many laws that have taken place, specific like where you were talking earlier with the whole reparations debate, there are many legacies of white people in this country that...
Guys, okay, let's just all take a breath. Gigi's talking.
Which I also would like, I feel like that kind of comes into... Yes, we're not all from this country. This is a country of immigrants. This is a country of people from other countries.
So let me give you an example.
Yes.
If a group of black individuals, which happens unfortunately so often, say, we want to go beat up Whitey, and they go beat up a white person, was that a racist thing that they did?
I would have to ask for further context, but yes. Based off of that,
cool.
Yes.
So, but then let's go back to your definition. Because your definition was that it had to be the exercise of power. I'm going to make your definition better for you. The exercise of power against a minority group.
Yes.
But in that case, it wouldn't be, because it would be a group of black individuals versus a white individual.
Correct.
So wouldn't a better definition of racism be a human being or institution prejudicing or stereotyping against anybody else because of their race?
I do agree that there's a better definition in terms of how racism is used in society, in terms of setting people behind not having equal amounts of opportunities
Yeah.
in these institutions, specifically colleges, jobs, et cetera, hospitals. But that is my point. I feel like in this country, we don't talk about enough, and I think that under this presidency...
Don't talk about what enough?
We don't talk about the history and the impact of long-term racism in this country against minorities.
Can I just press pause?
Yes.
That's all we've talked about the last 5 years. I mean, but hear me out. 1619 Project. We have entire black dedicated channels on Pluto and Hulu and Netflix. We have reoriented the entire national dialogue to have non-stop race obsession. So I think we've talked about it thoroughly and properly.
So do you think that black people in this country have equal opportunity and are treated equally as white
Absolutely.
people?
So let me prove it to you, okay?
Okay.
So Gigi and Charlie. What can Charlie do that Gigi can't do?
Okay, I don't know anything. I don't really know much about you. I don't know
Based
like
on the
what
law.
you're capable
No,
of.
just on the law. What am I allowed to do on the law that you are not allowed to do on the law?
On paper, nothing.
That's equal opportunity and equal treatment, right?
On paper, yes, that is true. Like, I was born under this country. I am a citizen of America. I am an American. I am a black American. I am a follower. I am a child of God. We all are. I 100% stand on it. But I think that basically what I'm trying to get at is I feel like in order for us to have these conversations and to keep having these conversations, we need to have a specific platform that we're able to meet each other on the common consciousness of this society. And I don't think we can have these conversations if we do not understand that black people specifically, because I really can't talk about Asians. I'm not Asian. I can't talk about other people of color. But black people in this country specifically have never had the opportunities to bring themselves back up. When you're talking about the destroyment of the black family, that also came with a big chunk of the Reagan administration, which was whatever ago.
How is it the government's fault of why dads aren't around?
I mean, we could get into the whole, like, the rhetoric of crack babies and crack drug dealers.
But isn't it a decision to take drugs?
Oh, no, 100%.
So, and it's a decision to commit crimes.
Yes.
Okay, so the government didn't do that to them. People decided to take drugs.
That's true.
So here's my contention.
Go ahead.
So you have a population that dads are not around, that is very, very murderous per population capita, that is very violent, more likely to be involved in gangs. And we, as conservatives look at that and we say, wait a second.
True.
Like, the problem is within the community. The problem is not the government. The problem is not the culture. The problem is not the history. Instead, really what needs to happen is black leadership, black pastors, and black dads need to go into the black community and say, we're better than this. Cut the killing, cut the violence. Do you know the most, one more point.
Go ahead.
Who is, outside of heart disease and all that, what is the #1 killer of black people in America?
I know about, like, diabetes, but...
Fellow black people. A black person is far more likely to be killed by another black person than anything else. Black people are a greater threat to their own people than any other community. So it's not like white supremacists coming into these communities and they're mowing down. It's black on black gang violence.
But that's not, okay. I just like to go back to something that you said earlier about, like, how it has nothing to do with the government. The history of black people in this country has everything to do with the government. At one point, the government allowed and pushed and raised forced slavery. That was something that this government did. They made laws in the improvement of segregation. So in terms of the long history, you can't take out the fact that government has played a major institution. Of course,
government plays a role. Gigi, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How did that legacy of slavery prevent you from getting to this school and having a great career?
I totally agree.
I think that Okay. I'm sorry. I got kind of distracted. Can you
That's
please
okay.
restate your
So,
question?
Gigi, what I'm trying to do right now, I'm going to give you a warning, is prove that your own life experience is actually at odds with some of the things you're saying. Is that
Yes,
cool? So
yeah,
here you
continue.
are at the University of Tennessee, correct? You're a student.
Yes,
You have
yes.
the whole world as your oyster in front of you. You could study hard, you're going to graduate, you're going to do better than most people in probably the community you came from. Just guessing. I don't know your background, but based on how you're talking. How did the legacy of slavery get in your way?
Yeah.
I will say the legacy of slavery got in my way in the way that I am not a legacy child here. I would say that it got in my way in the way that my parents, my grandparents were not afforded the same, were not at one point even allowed to be on the property of this school. I think that that is one of the things that has gotten into this way.
But you're
No,
here. It didn't
no,
get in the way.
that's
So,
that.
so here's the attitude I want you to adopt, Gigi, and I'll close with this. Instead of just looking at everything in the past that's wrong and bad through a victim lens, say, you
But
know what?
it's still
One sec.
going on. Okay,
One,
I'll let you,
one sec.
I'll
Say,
let
you
you
know
speak.
what?
I'll let you speak.
I'm an American, and I'm going to use my mental energy to say, despite all of that, I get to succeed and flourish and prosper as a black American at the University of Tennessee. You are a living embodiment, Gigi, that you can still succeed as a black individual.
I would just disagree from the simple fact that I feel like there are a lot of barriers, there's a lot of obstacles, there's a lot of prejudice just in somebody might look at me and not even assume that I could
How
even
do you
get
know
into
what they're
the
thinking?
universe. I'm not saying that I know what people I don't know what people
just
are
said
thinking.
that.
I'm saying I can assume from prejudices that I know
Okay.
exist in this country.
Hold on a
even
second.
in
I got to
this
go
day
time out. And
age.
you know what? If you walk around here and you go see, this happens all the time, and you see a white boy with the short shorts and kind of acting all, like you might say, he's only there because of his parents.
I don't think so.
Oh, it happens a lot at these southern schools, right?
I mean, it
Wow.
happened. I mean, I was raised
So
in Michigan. So.
everybody has to overcome some form of bias, prejudice, or stereotyping. What's most helpful? Let's stop talking about it so much and talking about how we can apply ourselves to
That's
become
right.
better people and better citizens. Thank you so much, Gigi. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Love this one so well. Like I am actually carried away with this particular debate. The angle which it came from, it's a lovely one. And I think this is one of the debates I love so much, especially when Charlie Creek debates liberals, college students, and it's something that I love listening to because I get to learn a lot from Charlie and also the college students. The facts remain the same because Charlie Craig actually wants the notion to be correct relating to this perspective he is always shooting at. And for the part of the college students, they won't admit the fact, especially for this debate. I'm wondering what this particular um, students will be saying, and to the so the open mic. Imagine that, and Charlie Creek went up and gave his own perspective of view to change the notion of what they have been harboring, because based on what you have been harboring, that's what you build upon. And Charlie Creek is someone that's versatile in wealth of knowledge, is gifted, is talented, he has wisdom, even if people don't actually admit the fact that he is. And they always say he dropped out of school. Yes, he dropped out of school, but he still have the he came out well to outsmart people that are in school. Exactly. So that's how we put it, because this particular debate in line with what we have today, it's so well. And the fact remains that Charlie Creek dealt with the topic so well. I don't know what you have to say relating to this one. It might not sit well with you, which I definitely know, and I am expecting your comments down below. Also, you should make sure you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm to push the video to people out there. Okay, I appreciate every one of you for your comments, your likes, and also for subscribing. I appreciate every one of you. So guys, you can also support the channel by either super chat, super thanks, or you join my membership where you get exclusive perks from me. And also, I would love to encourage you guys to please make sure you watch the video to the very end to understand what this debate is all about, and not to watch 18 or two, then you skip. The more you watch and digest, the more you are one step ahead of how you were yesterday. Okay, so that is just basically what I have to say relating to this one. So I don't know you. I know you have your own contribution. Please drop them down in the comment section. I'll be expecting those comments in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching to this very moment. I don't take a lot for granted. See you in the next one. Do it to stay put, stay safe, and stay subscribed. From me to you, it's a bye for now.